What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and anyone who knows or has worked with Chris Pratt all say the exact same thing. He is one of the nicest, most real, genuine dudes in the entertainment industry. Yet he receives more hate than virtually anyone else consistently from the Twitter mob, from the cancel culture mob, and from blue check marks. They despise this man. Not because of anything he's said, because he really doesn't ever say anything to offend anyone. It's all because what they think he believes, what they feel that he thinks, and they want him canceled each and every time a new project pops up. And he's had a lot of them lately. The most recent one was yesterday when this got announced, ironically, on a Monday. Chris Pratt to voice Garfield in new animated feature. Alcon Entertainment is behind the movie, which will be distributed by Sony Pictures. Chris Pratt is going to voice the lasagna-loving, Monday-hating comic strip feline Garfield in a new animated movie. I'll be incredibly honest. I have no interest in this movie. I watched Garfield when I was a kid. I read the Garfield comic strips when I was a kid. But I have no desire to see a Garfield movie at this point in time. But Chris Pratt is going to be the voice of Garfield. Of course. What happened after this? Everybody comes out of the woodwork. Apparently, all these people that really care about the character of Garfield, no. They just hate Chris Pratt. They hate Chris Pratt because what? Because he has his son do the Pledge of Allegiance, because he goes to church, because he promotes Christian values in his life, even though he doesn't push them on anyone else. He doesn't push them on his followers or anything like that. Because, oh wait, someone who he went to church with said one thing 20 years ago, so now we gotta cancel this man, we gotta label him homophobic, we gotta label him a racist, a bigot. That is what these people do. They are nut jobs, and each and every time this happens, we have to call it out. We have to embarrass them and expose them for the losers that they are. And I want to show you just how some of these articles got framed. Now, if you looked at the reaction in general, a lot of people were basically just memeing this and being like, oh, Chris Pratt actually stars as this. Basically giving Chris Pratt every single role that you could possibly imagine, because that's kind of what it seems like. Just a month after being announced as the voice of Mario, Chris Pratt is now the voice of Garfield as well. So those were funny, honestly. You go through a lot of those, were pretty funny. But what do these articles say? Chris Pratt's new internet strategy, or new career strategy, make the internet angry. What do you mean? In what way has Chris Pratt done anything to try to make people angry? Literally all that happens is that he gets announced for a role and a few losers freak out. And obviously it's not the vast majority of people. Obviously it's a small number of people. But if you look at the Twitter interaction, it might seem like a lot because Twitter is not real life. About 20% of the population uses Twitter. It skews heavily female, heavily liberal, and extremely young. So it's not a good representation of reality. But that's what these articles want to portray it as. What is he doing to try to, make people angry other than taking voice acting roles? That's it. And then Yahoo says this: everyone's super upset over Chris Pratt voicing Garfield. And they go through a list of stuff. And this is mostly tame. We're going to look at some of the not so tame ones in a second. The truly evil people that despise Chris Pratt and want to label him all these different things. But first, let's just take a look at the normal upset responses. Chris Killian, instead of being mad that Chris Pratt isn't voicing Mario and Garfield, try being glad he isn't voicing Buzz Lightyear. No one should voice Buzz Lightyear but Tim Allen. Chris Evans, the one word that he said sounded terrible as Buzz Lightyear, just for the record. Is Chris Pratt intent on ruining all of our childhood memories? Or, yeah, I don't care about a Garfield movie, to be honest. And I don't think you actually do either. You're just mad that it's Chris Pratt. Amber says Chris Pratt is erasing every animated Italian. First Mario, now Garfield. Who's next? Has this man ever eaten lasagna? And I think a lot of these are in good fun, to be fair, but the way that Yahoo labels it is all these people despise him. I really hope that Chris Pratt is going to actually sound like Mario and Garfield won't just sound like Chris Pratt. I think a lot of people share those same feelings. We need to launch a full federal investigation into what kind of dirt Chris Pratt has on Hollywood executives. He does get a lot of roles, doesn't he? Maybe it's because the most majority of people actually like Chris Pratt. Maybe that's why he keeps getting these roles, because the executives see that there's actually a very positive response towards Chris Pratt in movies. Maybe that's it. And the little woke echo chamber doesn't really matter when it comes to these decisions. At this rate, Chris Pratt's going to voice Shadow the Hedgehog. Hey, you never know. there are other actors who listen to Chris Pratt and at one point thinks, yeah, he sounds like Garfield. So just over and over, people like this, and a lot of these things. Chris Pratt is reportedly signed on to voice Clippy in the upcoming Microsoft Cinematic Universe. And those are more of the tame ones, just people talking. There were a lot, and I mean a lot of weirdos that were saying things like this. Garfield Chris Pratt be like, I hate Mondays and gay people. Right? People once again trying to bring up all of this nonsensical BS. Even though Chris Pratt has addressed it several times, let's see, the person's name is now Elliot Page. The artist formerly known as someone else made all these allegations about him and the church that he goes to, which were completely baseless and disgusting. Don't represent what Chris Pratt actually believes, yet that's the label that got put on him, all because some other piece of garbage from that community decided to place that label on him, and the liberal media ran with it because they hate Chris Pratt too, because they think he's a Trump supporter, even though he's never vocally come out and said anything or supported any political party. Well, he didn't go to the Biden-Kamala Harris fundraiser, so he must be a MAGA lover. Maybe he is, but he's certainly never vocalized it in any way, but because they think he is, they want him dead. They want him canceled. They don't want his family to eat. They want him unpersoned. That's how these lunatics think. I swear to God, every time Chris Pratt stars in something, I hate him more. I hate Chris Pratt. I hate Chris Pratt. I hate Chris Pratt. Literally just the ramblings of lunatics. And of course, Yellow Boy retweets this, takes this screenshot. I hope Garfield dies. that is what people think. I hate this shit. Why the F is Chris Pratt also Garfield? No, stop. Get Chris Pratt out of Hollywood. This is more than enough. Fuck Mario. Could not care, but Garfield? I hate living. The fact that this man is voicing an animated cat is enough to make you lose your minds. Chris Pratt's Garfield doesn't hate Mondays. He just doesn't think they should get married. That's pretty clever, but once again, putting all of this on Chris Pratt, things that he has never said in his life, only things that you think he thinks because someone lied about him. Chris Pratt does it again. There is a homophobic Garfield account, just like there was a homophobic Mario account. And then there's Chris Pratt responding, because someone says, Chris Pratt has the hardest working agent in the world, and he says his name is Jason Heyman, and you are correct. He gets a lot of roles. And people are continuing to get triggered each and every time it happens, all because they think Chris Pratt has a different opinion than them politically. They cannot stand it. They want him canceled. They don't want him to ever act again. And it is hilarious to see these losers freak out every time. We will always call them out and expose them for the lunatics that they truly are. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.